Hi, my name is Pete Grillo. I'm one of the founders and CEO of a company called Iterasi, which, yes, is a word we made up. And we do website and social media archiving for industries that need to do that for, in some cases, regulatory requirements, compliance issues, best practices, that sort of thing.
Not your first startup. How many startups have you done?
This is my third. Okay, my first one was early 90s. It was called Pro Tools, and it was a network analysis company. I know there's a new Pro Tools for mixing audio and video. It's a different company. And we sold that company, and that was pretty fun. And then recovered from that because these things are always stressful. And I started another company in '97 called WeSync.com, which we sold to Palm in early 2001. Took some time off and then started Iterasi in 2007. So I can't stop. I'm unemployable, so I have to do this.
But you also spend time as an advisor, a board member to other companies in Portland, right?
Right, yeah. So that's actually pretty fun, kind of my way of giving back. As I like to say, and I jokingly say it, but you do become unemployable when you've been doing a lot of things on your own, but you do develop some skills that, like anything else, are second nature to you. And as running Pi, it's like, really? What's a corporation? What's a C Corp? What's the difference between an S and a C? So some of this stuff is just basic blocking and tackling, and it's fun. It's fun to work with, bright people that want to take your advice or consider your opinion at least.
So you've been in the Portland startup scene for quite a while. How have you seen it evolve and change in your years as an entrepreneur?
Well, I think we were always sort of the offshoot of the Valley, some sort of distant location from Silicon Valley, and occasionally the VCs that were there would grace us with their presence. And we had some local firms, that did a pretty good job, but there was never much money here. So I'd say there was sort of never much money here from sort of the dawn of time up until probably 2 or 3 years ago. And then just things came together, thanks in part to your efforts, and I think to all our efforts. It's just an amazing time. I can't believe how fast the world's changing. I continually am shocked by it, and this is a great example of Portland went from nothing, I'd say as recently as 2005 really, to having Urbans and Puppet Labs and all these other companies that are just like, you got to get on this bandwagon. So I don't think it's an issue being in Portland at all. I think it's a benefit, and I'm proud of everything that's going on, and I'm just in awe of it all. I'm so impressed. I love it.
What inspired you to become an entrepreneur in the first place?
Well, I have my little philosophies about life. But to simplify this one, I sort of saw that there's a risk-reward curve in life, or in anything you do, driving fast or whatever. And I saw that I could take this risk. That there was a unique time in the world that people could actually start companies with an idea and perseverance, and I have this tenacity about me that said, if I start this, I'm just going to follow through, come hell or high water. So I looked at the opportunities available to me to stay in a job, and what my net worth would be at the end of that, or going out and trying to do something intensely in a shorter period of time to make a lifetime's worth of money. That's every entrepreneur's dream, whether or maybe not every, but certainly mine. And so I weighed the risks, and I was in a good position to do it. And I'd save money. I sort of positioned myself, good credit, save money. I was able to, go off and capitalize some of the early stuff myself. And so it was very planned. It wasn't spontaneous.
What has surprised you most about doing a startup this time around?
Well, everybody said after you've had one successful one, the second one's easier. And I'm here to tell you that's true. I mean, I raised the first $750,000 in about a day, okay, and that was really fun. That felt pretty good, but it was sort of the rah-rah days of 2005. So the good news is, folks, once you've done this and you've got a track record, and you've got happy investors you can go back to, that's a good time. Actually, the name Iterasi is a play on the word iteration, and we call it that the iteration is it's the same CEO, a lot of the same engineers, a lot of the same investors, same law firms, same patent attorneys. It was kind of fun. We kind of got the band back together. So that was, really, really fun. What kind of made it really not so much fun was, the greatest economic disaster of our lifetime, hopefully, is past us, and so that made it very difficult. I'd never had to lay off anybody in a startup, and I've had a lot of experience doing that in this one. So we went down to bare survival mode. It was, for a long, for a while it was, I'd open my presentation, hey, we're still here, when I'd talk to VCs or somebody like that. So good to have made it through that. I think the one surprising thing, probably the most surprising thing, is just like if you've got multiple children, you think you have one, you think you got to figure it out, the other one comes out, it's like you're completely different. They're all completely different, and you learn things about yourself and everything else. Each one's different. So